Okay, we have about to show you one of the absolute most extraordinary instruments that I've ever seen as a five-string banjo. This has historical importance. It was done by one of the best engravers and pearl guys in the world. It was supervised by Greg Rich when he was with Rich and Taylor, so both Mark Taylor and Greg Rich uh, participated in it. So this banjo is so over the top, and I'll play it, and it actually sounds good. It's almost irrelevant, and the Rich and Taylor banjos have a following. They're incredible banjos. As I say, Greg Rich was with them right after he left Gibson. He was at the peak of everything, and because he was with a new company, you would think that he was trying to make a banjo even better than what he was doing at Gibson, and many people think that it is a better banjo. And I remember when they first came out that, and I wish I bought 12 of them. Okay, and man, I wish I still had them. I didn't know what they were going to do, but at that time they just smoked everything. So. Okay, I'm going to play this banjo a little bit, and then we're going to go over it in detail. So here we go. All right. Wow. I'll tell you something. There's something magical about this banjo that makes me. I have never, ever kept a banjo, ever, that we have bought through Banjo Warehouse. Never even wanted one because I've had some really, really good banjos, original pre-war. And this banjo is almost magical because when you play it and you look at it and you see all the workmanship in it, it blows your mind. And I'm guessing I can't even imagine, number one, if you could even duplicate this banjo, because the people that did this work are getting really old, and the skill may not even be there anymore. That's one thing. And man, if I was playing out, and there are a lot of people now because of the virus that they'll play with, like a guitar player, and there's a really great guitar player named Curtis Jones, and I'll play with him sometimes, and his wife plays bass, and this would be the banjo if next time I play, if we still have it, and if we're playing indoors. I'm not taking this thing outdoors. I would probably take this banjo because, my God, people would be my friend just to see the banjo. Anyway, long story short, so we'll just go through this in detail. And Andy's the main seller and runs the Banjo Warehouse, and so if he wants to linger on anything, I mean, let's just start at the tailpiece. Look at that engraving. Now, and you have to remember that Greg Rich was the leading banjo person in the world at that moment in time, so he had access to the best people. And of course, Greg Rich is just let's stay with the pot for a while because it's every part of this banjo is a work of art. Okay. And of course, I guess you know what I'm going to do. In this case, we usually leave these tags on so we can recognize the banjo, but I don't think we're going to confuse this banjo with anything else. So we'll go ahead and take this tag off. There it goes. All right. So, but just look at the, you can look at the carving on the resonator, look at the engraving is just, it's crazy. Now, a lot of the Gibsons, they don't even engrave the tone ring. Well, this tone ring's engraved. Okay, and this is a one-piece flange banjo. It does have a Tennessee 20 tone ring in it, which is a really good tone ring. Okay, so now I will ask Mr. Camera, should we go up the neck? Okay, I guess we're going to go up the neck. Now, can you really zoom in on this? Because when you see these, like let's take the Liberty Bell down here. Okay, so you have this Liberty Bell that has the crack in it, and then inlaid, okay? I mean, they didn't take a paintbrush and draw this in there. That's actually copper that's inlaid into the pearl itself, okay? And then we go down and we see different colors of pearl. I don't think there's any plastic in there, but you can see there's white, there's brown, there's abalone pearl in there, there's a kind of a grayish pearl. I'm guessing there might be 30 pieces of inlaid pearl right here. Okay, now I'm right here. Come back up here and let's look at this. So I was saying, just in this, there's probably 30 pieces of pearl inlaid. Okay, then we go down here to the eagle, and we'll just pause on that for a minute, and I guess we're as close as we can get, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then just go over each one, and these are our founding fathers. Look at that. Yeah, just pause on each one. And see if we can get, and then of course, We the People, I believe, is inlaid. That's inlaid copper. They didn't take a paintbrush and paint. That is actually inlaid copper. Oh, now, are you ready for this? Let's see how close now, you're gonna, I believe Andy, I don't know if this is on Banjo Warehouse yet or not, but I'm sure there are a lot of very close-up pictures where you can see the detail in this eagle. All right, so that's that. And let's look at okay, so now we have some carving on the back of the neck, Statue of Liberty. And we go down the neck, and so this is a maple banjo. And then, of course, we have more carving. We have, I guess this would be, this is called the Walking Liberty. So that's that. So let me just, I guess just stand this up, okay? And I guess, can you get close-ups of this? So I've always wondered about this because most of the banjos I have, quite frankly, are very plain. If you have an original flathead 5-string 75, it's actually not a very interesting banjo to look at unless you're into banjos, unless you understand the historical importance. Anybody that looks at this banjo is going to be blown away. Okay, now I'm going to go to the side of the resonator for just a second, and there's probably 1,000 little squares of this shiny material. About every, I don't know if that's 1/8 of an inch or 1/4, but those are thousands of little squares. Okay, so if, like, for example, if I start right here and go to that way, there's probably 10 of these squares. Just there's 10 of them. They had to inlay these, or else they put them in a strip. But somehow they had to get all this together. Okay, so that shows the headstock, that shows the engraving, shows the back. And I'll tell you what, when we bought this banjo, it had a clear head on it, and we put a white head on it, and we actually like it much better with a white head on it, but I'll show you what else is left. Okay, watch this. You take the resonator off. Now the reason we liked the white head was because it showed off the fingerboard, and then you have this surprise, you have even more. Okay? So I will tell you this, if you have some interest in this banjo, this isn't a click and buy banjo, okay? In other words, you're going to have to call us. We don't want this banjo damaged. We're not shipping it to somebody. In other words, once you have a banjo like this, if you buy it, that's it. It's your banjo, okay? So we want to make sure that we give you every bit of information that you would like to have, and preferably, I don't know what the virus would do, but normally when we sell a banjo like this, we either have the owner fly in and examine it, or we deliver it personally to the owner, okay? This banjo, I'm guessing there might be some people that are familiar with it and that have been looking for it and would like to have it. Now I'm just going to tell you that there are a couple little marks on it, but I'm not even going to get into those, but that's it. I mean, I've never seen a banjo like this, ever. This is like the ultimate decorative banjo, and it's a bluegrass banjo made by possibly the greatest banjo maker alive, Greg Rich, with the greatest inlay people. Now, one other thing I'll say is that if you look on the internet and you see some of the Gibson Les Paul guitars, which of course have nothing to do with bluegrass, but some of those guitars were inlaid with the same guy that did this. He did a lot of that work on them. Some of those guitars go for up to 100 grand. So what we're asking for this banjo is like, in fact, we probably should raise the price. But anyway, that's it. So if you have some interest in the banjo, we'd be glad to shoot more videos. We'll take as many pictures as you want. Whatever you want. This is a piece of history. This is like buying the Mona Lisa. Well, that's about it. So if you have further questions, you can call me personally. You can call Andy at 404-372-5482. And that's basically it. So you guys have man, I didn't even notice that. I mean, the more you look at this neck here, the more you see details that you didn't see the first time. Anyway, that's it. So have a great day. And if you want to make an appointment to see this banjo, just give us a day's notice, because sometimes we're out buying banjos and stuff. So see you later, and you guys have a great day.